What's going on, YouTube family and friends? Welcome back to the channel, and what we came to discuss here in today's video is RGTI. As you guys can see here, breaking through that mid Bollinger Band here on today's trading is very bullish. Stick around, we're going to talk about what to expect here for the remainder of the week here in RGTI. Also, we're going to take a brief look and check out stocks like SERV, which is a part of the robotics sector. As you guys can see, ultimately bouncing off that mid Bollinger here from today's low. We're going to talk about the end of the day price prediction for this stock as well. Also, we're going to take a brief look and check out QUBT. For those that is currently holding this quantum computing stock, can you please comment the ticker symbol in the comment section below? I'm trying to see if we can get at least 20 of those comments. But with no further ado, let's dive right in. First stock we're going to talk about here in today's video is QUBT. And as you guys can see here, today's profit ratio is still in a prime position for this thing to see a continuation to the uptrend. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, it is a highly anticipated earnings coming up here in the next 2 weeks, one of those being Palantir and another being Nvidia. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take note on how the quantum computing space trends here heading into this high expectations far as Palantir goes. I know it's very high expectations for that here for this upcoming earnings report, as well as Nvidia, but I do feel as though that more eyes is leaning towards Palantir due to, again, the new presidential term that is going to be taken by Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, Palantir is one of those stocks that is heavy on border controls. With that being said, I do feel as though that is going to be a prime stock. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, companies like quantum computing and other high-tech stocks, I do feel as though is also going to see a nice trend here for the upcoming months, and one of those being QUBT. As you guys can see here, closing with that 16% in gain, with that profit ratio still in a prime position. And we did actually see a lot of covering going on here in today's trading. Not only that, looking at that short sale analysis coming off of Friday, nothing big, but the short sale ratio was pretty darn high. Today's volume was a slight uptick coming off of 43 million here today. We still got about an hour and 15 minutes left of aftermarket trading, but we did surpass here Friday's trading. That is also looking pretty darn well, but we do see a major downtick overall here coming off of those hot trading days of Wednesday and Thursday. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I will keep my eyes out on overall here the quantum computing space as a whole, but I do feel as though that we are headed towards that mid here in QUBT before the month is over with. Now, far as crossing that mid Bollinger Band, that will be a vital crossing point, because if it is rejected, ladies and gentlemen, I do feel as though that QUBT may find itself in a bottom consolidation. But as of now, things are looking quite bullish far as our interpretations of indicators, which is a great cheat sheet for all you novice traders out there. We currently see no indication here on our Bollinger, because we haven't met that just yet. Here on our VR, we do see that thing severely overbought here, slightly due to today's trading, but I do feel as though that we're going to see a continuation here to the upside for the remainder of the week. End of the week price prediction here for QUBT. I do feel as though the stock stands a very great chance to cross those $14 levels. Now, far as SERV goes, ladies and gentlemen, bouncing off this mid Bollinger Band is a very great sign. We did actually get that alert out at that point. And if we take a brief look and just check out today's PCD, as you guys can see from the screen, we do see that resistance here at that 2144. I do feel as though that will be broken here by the end of the day tomorrow. Looking at today's volume, does come in pretty darn strong at that 8 million, but we do seem as though that we may actually fall short of Friday's trading, but that comes with no concern. We do We did actually set a lower low than Friday, but ultimately breaking a higher high is also a great sign, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said before, I do feel as though that the robotic stocks is going to be the next sector to actually see a massive rally like the quantum computing did. Yes, we do see overall the robotic stock actually picking up, but not as much as we did actually see overall in the quantum computing space. I do feel as though that the robotic stocks does have a major leg up left here in potential. But far as SERV goes, ladies and gentlemen, actually bouncing off that mid Bollinger Band, I actually expect for this thing to actually challenge this upper here by the end of the day here tomorrow, ultimately breaking that resistance of that 2144. Just going to look at the day chart here, we do see a neutral sentiment, but we're leaning towards that negative. Just to let you guys know, we are making a recovery from that, so expect for this thing to actually start leaning towards the middle here tomorrow's trading. Actually here on the 60 on the close here for the trading day, exact same thing, neutral sentiment, but overall, ladies and gentlemen, that net inflow and favorment, not much, nothing to worry about. It still is a major short position still here to be covered, but if we do actually see that adequate buying pressure here rolled before the end of the week here, we may actually see a slight gamma effect take place here in SERV. Just looking at the options chain, ladies and gentlemen, we do see a nice open interest here at that 131. Things aren't loading up here overall. We do see that nice open interest here at that 131, ladies and gentlemen, picking up here at that $20 strike. I do feel as though that the $20 strike here for the 131 expiration for SERV is ultimately going to be a easy money call option. Yes, you said it, ladies and gentlemen. You got an easy money call option here in today's video. Ha ha ha. Thanks for sticking around, and you got it. But I do feel as though that this thing is ultimately going to see those $24 levels here by that expiration, especially how well the market is feeling upbeat in a good tone here since the new president has taken office. I do feel as though that we're going to see a major uptick here again in the robotic sector. Let me give you guys a few other options you may want to consider here in the robotic sector. Let's get it here. One of those being SERV, also SYM, ladies and gentlemen. I do feel as though that this is ultimately going to see a $43 price target here before the end of March. Also, another you want to keep your eyes out on. I just want to bring up the chart for you guys. RR is another one. Now, this is a very low market cap play, but I do feel as though that this thing is ultimately going to feel that gap here shortly. That's around those $3.70 levels. So keep your eyes out on that one as well. But again, back to SERV. Look for this thing to actually cross those $24 by the end of expiration for our easy money call option. And end of the week price prediction here for SERV is right around $22.80. Ranging upwards to $24. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about RGTI, which is in the quantum computing space. Now, if you have been keeping up with the channel, I let everyone know that RGTI, out of majority of the stocks that we talk about here on the channel, stands a very great chance to cross that mid Bollinger Band before the others, QUBT and a few others. But as you guys can see here, we did actually cross that mid Bollinger Band here on today's trading, closing with a 42% close in gain. Now, we haven't gotten those short sale numbers just yet, but we do get it each and every day here on Moomoo. So again, guys, if you do want to sign up for Moomoo, remember using my sign up link in the description below will grant everyone 15 free perks. Not only that, you will be able to use awesome tools like the daily short sale analysis, which I use as my go-to tool when I'm looking for short cover opportunities. And here in RGTI, backed by that capital trend here, we do see massive covering going on here. Numbers that we haven't seen in a very long time. 43% $43 million in net inflow in favorment. I do feel as though that we're going to see a massive, very, very high total short sale ratio, even though that we did get more covering than shorting. I do feel as though that we're going to see a short sale ratio upwards to 12% at a very high trading volume of 155 million. Now that isn't a slouch, ladies and gentlemen, at all here in RGTI, and I do feel as though that this stock actually has a chance to challenge that upper Bollinger Band. It is going to get lower once it challenges it, but it is going to challenge this thing. I do feel as though that it should challenge it right around those $18 levels, and then we should actually see this thing ride it a bit. One thing's for sure, two things is for certain here in RGTI, by this being in the quantum computing space, this is also going to see, it should see slow uptick here in price in speculation of Nvidia's and Palantir's upcoming earnings report. I know Palantir's is on February 3rd, ladies and gentlemen, and that should actually be something to see. But again, here in RGTI, I do expect for this thing to ultimately visit those $18 levels here by the end of the week. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I will be dropping another video on a easy money call option here in RGTI. So if you do want to check out that video, if we can get at least 25 comments that says RGTI easy money call option, then I will drop that video here tomorrow. So with that being said, may the gains be with you.